I know 6 years is not a milestone, but it's my own kind of milestone. And I want to share that story with you. 6 years ago, I set foot in the big city. I felt potential in my lungs for the first time. And as I sat on my rooftop that first weekend, I cried my first I made it cry. I was no longer surviving. I had finally moved myself to a place where I could make my life happen for myself. I was freshly graduated, just out of a significant relationship, in a new job, in a new home, with new people. And there was just so much ahead of me to discover that I was so ready for. But I figured I would be in Des Moines for about 5 years as just a stepping stone as I moved on to bigger things. And those first 8 months of my time here were the loneliest and the most challenging mental days of my life. Even though overall I was the happiest I had ever been at that point. I was still struggling with my eating disorder. I was getting smaller again. I was self-harming still, and I was still struggling with figuring out how to handle that. I was battling my depression and my past every day, and I was doing my best to hide it and to heal from it on my own, but it was a challenge. At the same time, though, I was finding who I was always supposed to be. I was learning that I had something worth saying and sharing. I found the stage in a new way, and I discovered a new path for my poetry and a chosen family to match. My life was finally starting to make sense to me. I also met someone incredibly special who quickly became my best friend and my partner for the next 5 years. We built a beautiful and fun life together, and I am beyond thankful for that partnership that we had and the lessons that we learned together. There will always be love in my heart for him, even though our story ended sooner than we expected. That support and love that I gained from that is what brought me closer to who I am. And there were many times that it felt like he was the only one in this city who understood how important my dreams were to me, who knew that I would make it happen for myself. And I'm forever grateful for that. It's often what kept me from actually moving away. And yes, there were so many moments of doubt these last 6 years. Pursuing an abnormal life like this does not often come with supporters. It doesn't have the kind of support system you thought you would have that a regular career or lifestyle usually does, especially from those that you thought you would have in your corner. They love you, but they don't always know how to support you, so I often debated leaving. I often contemplated what it would look like if I was not in Des Moines anymore. And that's where my story changes. Because for the first time in my life, I didn't run away when I felt unsupported. I didn't leave when it felt hopeless and lonely. I stuck it out and I paved my own path. And as I continued to believe in myself, whether others did or not, my dream became a goal, and it brought a whole host of beautiful people along with it. And I found my support system. The ones who were hesitant before are now seeing this work out for me and are hopping on board, and I'm so grateful that you're all here. I know that this is not a normal path and that you all just want me to be okay, and I thank you for that. Now, here I am on my 6th anniversary of living in Des Moines, living a strange parallel to the life that I had when I first moved here. I'm freshly graduated. I'm just out of a significant relationship. I'm in a new job, in a new home, with new people, but not a single itch to leave anytime soon. I still struggle with my eating disorder, but I have learned how to keep nourishing myself despite that urge. I haven't hurt myself in nearly 6 years, and I have learned how to release that feeling in a safer, healthier way. I've learned how to care for myself instead of letting the hard stuff keep me down for too long. I've learned how to heal from my past and to keep building my present so that I can have a future. And the potential that I feel in my lungs grows every day. So here's to continuing to put in the work, even on my lonely days, and not running away from what I know in my gut is right for me. It's been an unexpectedly beautiful 6 years in Des Moines, and here's to whatever this city has in store for me next.